Breaking news. Kiev says drones downed 5 Russian fighter planes, and Prigozhin's death has been confirmed. A source in Kyiv's security service told Ukrainian outlets that Ukraine used a drone strike overnight in Russia to destroy 5 of Moscow's fighter jets. Russia's defense ministry claimed to have shot down 2 drones near the Ukrainian border in the Bryansk and Kursk regions, but provided no details about damage or casualties. 4 Russian Su-30 fighter jets and 1 MiG-29 were allegedly destroyed in airfield strikes in Kursk, according to reports in the Kyiv Post and Ukrainska Pravda. The Russian Investigative Committee announced on Wednesday that Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin had died in a plane crash outside of Moscow, citing the results of genetic tests it said verified the identities of the 10 bodies found in the wreckage. In light of Wagner's brief mutiny in June, some Western politicians and commentators have hypothesized that Mr. Putin ordered Prigozhin's death as punishment. Meanwhile, a clip of Prigozhin on social media resurfacing in which he refers to a plane falling apart in the sky has drawn renewed attention. President Volodymyr Zelensky has stated that elections could take place in Ukraine even if the country is at war, provided that the cost is shared by Kyiv's allies, domestic politicians give their consent, and all residents are able to vote. The president addressed claims by U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham that Ukraine must show it was different to Russia by holding elections in wartime, which is currently prohibited under Ukraine's martial law, in an interview with Ukrainian broadcaster 1+1. "I gave Lindsey a very simple answer very quickly," Mr. Zelensky said. "It earned high praise from him. Assuming our lawmakers are up for the task, of course. Elections in peacetime," he said, "cost 5 billion hryvnia, £107 million, but he added, I don't know how much is needed in wartime. I told him that I would not divert funds from weapons purchases to fund elections if the United States and Europe offered financial assistance. And the law requires it to be this way." In addition, Mr. Zelensky said he had told the Republican senator, "You and I should send observers to the front lines so that we have legitimate elections for us and for the whole world. Kyiv will also need assistance setting up voting access for citizens now abroad." Mr. Zelensky also mentioned the need to include those fighting Russia's invasion. "It would be unfair to deny them this chance because of the war, when they are currently defending this democracy. This is the only reason why I didn't want to vote." Pictures have surfaced online showing locals of Kyiv, Ukraine's capital city, strolling past an installation on Khreshchatyk Street depicting destroyed Russian tanks. A protest demanding the release of Ukrainian soldiers captured by Russia 500 days ago in Mariupol took place at the adjacent Independence Square in Kyiv. After the apparent assassination of Wagner's leader in a plane crash near Moscow, Vladimir Putin ordered the mercenary group's fighters to swear allegiance to the Russian state. Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, denied that the Russian president had ordered Prigozhin's death, and the decree was published on the Kremlin website with immediate effect after Putin signed it. As uncertainty surrounds the mercenaries, many of whom had already relocated to Belarus after their mutinous march on Moscow in June, the oath's wording includes a line in which those who take it promise to strictly follow the orders of commanders and senior leaders.